That's why you keep attracting the no good men and the no good You're attracting women. The person that your subconscious is saying that you deserve. Only attracting the people that we believe that we need in our lives. Who are you? This is Marshaun Olaniyan here. So I was talking to a client the other day and he asked me, where are all the good men and good women at? Specifically, he asked for women. But for this video, I wanted to come here and talk about both, because people are still out there looking for good women and good men. And I have to say that the reason why you haven't, I'm just going to go ahead and be frank, because that's just the person that I am. The reason why you have not found the good men or the good women that you're seeking is because you have not become that good woman or that good man that you are seeking. Why am I saying it like this? Because most of the time, if you think about the last 2, 3, 4 people that you have dated and even been in a relationship with that didn't work out for whatever reason, they all had some of the same type of characteristics, like some of the things that you find to be very unattractive, yet you keep seemingly attracting the same person over and over again, such as, let's go with cheating, right? Maybe you keep attracting a cheater. Or for the men, maybe you keep attracting a woman that only wants you for your money or the things that you can provide for her. The reason why you keep attracting this type of person is because that's what your subconscious, not what you spew out of your mouth, not what you're saying out of your mouth, but subconsciously, that's what you believe and who you believe that you deserve to be in your life. Yes. It's your subconscious is what you are focusing on. And because you're focusing on always attracting a cheater, or always attracting a person that doesn't treat you well, always attracting an abusive type of person, emotional, physical, spiritual, some type of abuse, even financial abuse. You keep attracting the same person because this is the people and the type of person that you secretly believe that you deserve. But it's also because that is the type of person that you keep thinking about. You keep saying that, you know what, there are no good women out there. There are no good men out there. That's why you keep attracting the no good men and the no good women. See, when I was in my first marriage, and I talk about this all the time, this is my second marriage that I'm in, but in my first marriage, one of the reasons why I attracted him is because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I desired. I just didn't have a clue as to who I was, and I was just showing up and going with the flow. Like so many of us out there, we have a tendency to go out there and date, and we want to attract this beautiful person, this person that respects us and honors us. In my case, this very chivalrous and opening up the doors, having intelligent conversations with little to no arguments. The relationship pretty much moves smoothly along, right? That's what a lot of us seek. However, that's not the person that you are showing up and being yourself. So each and every time that you go out there seeking this person, you are actually attracting the person that you keep talking about. You're attracting the person that your subconscious is saying that you deserve, which happens to be that no good woman, that no good man, that cheating person, that abusive person, the person that uses you. See, I'm not wholeheartedly into the law of attraction, but I do believe that it has something to do with what we are focusing on, for sure. So if me personally, if I was to always go out there and focus on meeting a no good man, let's talk about when I was single. So if I was the person that was going out there and always talking about the no good man that was out there, why would I expect to attract a good man? And a good man and a good woman is really different for all of us. Yes, there are some key things across the board, but really what you deem as a good man or a good woman it differs in some ways for all of us. So with that being said, that's something that you need to take into consideration, because we're only attracting the people that we believe that we need in our lives. Yes. That's why you keep attracting that same person over and over again, wearing the different clothing, but they end up doing the exact same thing to you over and over and over again. When I'm talking to some of my clients, they're like, why do I keep attracting the guy that uses me for money? Because secretly you believe that every guy out there uses women for money. That's why you keep attracting these guys that use you for your money. Or, why do I keep getting with a person? Because I hear this from men and women as far as cheating goes. I keep attracting the cheaters. It doesn't matter how good I deem I am, how much time and attention I'm giving to them, how much affection I'm giving to them. They always cheat on me. Why is that? It's because that's who you secretly believe that you deserve, as well as that's what you keep saying is out there. So now let me bring it back to me. In my first marriage, my marriage didn't work out because of me. So many of us out there like to put the blame on our partners, on the other person. But for me, it was my fault. It was my fault because I didn't know who I was when I got into that relationship. It was my fault because I didn't know what I desired out of a relationship. It was my fault because my self-esteem was low when I entered into a relationship. It was my fault because I had no idea how to be a grown woman doing adult things. I thought I did. When I got into the relationship, I thought I did, like so many of us, but I didn't. I never got the tools. I never got the strategies. I never got the conversations. I never got the this is what you should expect. Everything, like so many of us out there, I had to bust my head up against just going from God to God to God to God to God to try to figure this thing out. So my first marriage didn't work out because of me. And once you start taking responsibility for why your relationship is not working out for you, your new relationships and the people that you attract will be completely different. It's going to turn everything around when you start taking responsibility for what you did wrong. What you did wrong. So you're expecting to attract a good man that is chivalrous, but you don't think that you're chivalrous. You expect the man to pick up the tabs all the time, but you won't pick up the tabs. Just think about some of the things that you know that you require out of a guy or out of a girl. You want the girl to have this type of body, but your body is a mess. You want this guy to have all of this money in the bank, the car, the house, but all your credit is horrible. You driving the worst car. Your car is on 2 flats in the front yard. But you want him to have all his stuff together. You yell and scream and get angry and punching holes in the walls, but you expect for your guy or for your girl not to do that to you. This right here, all of a sudden you get pissed off and you strike your spouse, but you don't expect for you to get struck. Because when it's you doing it, you're not looking at it as you being the abusive partner. But if somebody's doing that to you, all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm being abused. Who are you? Who are you? You are attracting that guy. You are attracting that same type of girl because of who you believe you deserve. Also is because you need to raise your level of standards. You need to raise your standards in order to attract a different type of guy, in order to attract a different type of girl. You have to raise your standards. In order to raise your standards, you got to work on what's actually happening in your mind. Because if your mind ain't right, your person that you are attracting won't be right either. And all of a sudden, you're going through the same cycle over and over and over and over and over again. And at this point, it's time to start breaking these generational cycles. Generational cycles, because that's where it's starting from. You have seen some of these things, not everybody, but you have seen your mom probably getting abused, which is why you think that all men abuse. They don't. You seen your mom being the breadwinner. So now you are attracting all of the guys that won't keep a job. A lot of these things happen from the place and our environment in which we grew up in. And now we're taking it into our own relationships. But guess what, sis? Guess what, bruh? You have the courage and you have the responsibility to change and create the life that you want. If you don't want that guy that is using you for whatever he's using you for, you have to raise your level of standards. If you don't want that girl that's using you for whatever, you have to raise your level of standards. In order to do that, you have to start doing the work on you. What have you done in the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days to increase the level of knowledge about relationships or about how you treat someone? Have you decided to take on your own challenge to say, you know what, I actually curse a whole lot. Let me work on not cursing for these next 30 days, this next 60 days, this next 90 days. Maybe you drink a little too much. Have you decided to cut back on your alcohol intake? Because once you start getting a little bit of alcohol in it, you turn into a different person. That anger starts to seep out of you. Have you decided to start working on yourself? Have you decided to look in the mirror every day and say, you know what? I love you all, everything. I love everything about you, flaws and all. I love those dimples in my butt. I love those varicose veins going up my legs. I love my tiger stripes from having my babies. I love my beautiful hair. I love my beautiful skin. I like the shape of my eyes. I like my booty. It's popping. Like, what is your self-talk? What are you saying to yourself? Or are you actually saying, you know what? Ooh, I'm too dark. I'm too ugly. I'm too fat. No. Change your self-talk. When you start to believe that you are a different type of woman, when you start to believe that you are a different type of man, you are going to start to attract different women, different men, quality women, quality men.